Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Mark, and today I'm going to teach you guys where your automatic transmission plug is located, how to remove it, and how to drain out all the fluid so you can refill it again. Now, I remember doing this project a long time ago. It was probably back in 2011 when the car was about a year or two old. Back then, the car had 25,000 miles, and I changed the fluid. Now, 13 years later, the car has 175,000 miles. So it's roughly about 150,000 miles that the car still has the same fluid running in its engine. Now, keep this in mind that back then I did not show anyone where the plug was. A lot of people requested and asked for it. Back then I didn't have enough good lighting source, so I couldn't show you where the plug was located. But this time I want to get into more detail, where it's located, what you need to remove. It's a very simple job. All you have to do is just watch it. You got to record how much fluid is coming out so that you know how much fluid you need to put back in. I have to keep in mind that because I have so much mileage in this vehicle, I put in so much mileage in this vehicle with the same transmission fluid. I want to look at inspect the fluid to see if there's any metal chunks coming out, because if I do, then I might have a problem. But I want you guys just to see how simple this job is. Anyone can do it. You don't need to pay $300-$400 for any technician to do this. You can just do it yourself. All you need is the type of fluid. If you're dealing with the Hyundai Sonata, this one is a V6 engine, 3.3, 2010, which means it's roughly the same model of a 2006 to 2010. Keep this in mind, if you are driving a Kia or a Hyundai, you will need the SP3 transmission fluid. Trying not to go with another brand. Back then, I did the Hyundai fluid, but this time, I'm going with another brand that I can get at AutoZone, and that is what I'm going to show in this video. I hope you guys find this video useful, and if you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, everyone.
All right, so once you have your car lifted, you have a jack stand, put your wheel that you're taking out and put it on the side, put it on the corner of your bumper just to give it some support. And I believe the best way to get the plug out from the automatic transmission fluid is easier if you go through the driver's side. So let's go ahead and show you. So I already took this screw out. This is the only screw I took out, which is right here. And it's a 10mm screw. When you push down, you can see the plug right there. So let me go ahead and remove this one as well. You have a dust shield that you're gonna have to take off. This right here. There's 10mm bolts right here. 1, 2, 3. Right there. So let's go ahead and remove this. For those that want to know where your plug is for your automatic transmission fluid, just go under your car. Underneath your car, you're going to see a mud guard that's being held by 5 10mm bolts. 5 of them. 1, 2, 3 on the front of the car, and 1 and 2 on the side of the car, on the driver's side. And then you're going to see your plug right there. Let me zoom out. There you go. And that is what you got to drain out. All right, so once you located your plug, let's go ahead and put this oil catch pan right underneath it. So now for your next step, you're gonna need a 24mm socket to take out that plug. So let's go ahead and take that bad boy out. I'm waiting for that to drain out. I went ahead and cleaned out the plug. Once you feel confident that you drained all the fluid from your transmission, let's go ahead and use the one that I'm using here. This right here is a Valvoline MaxLife Multi-Vehicle Automatic Transmission Fluid. Yes, I am reading the label, but the reason why I went ahead and purchased this, because in the back, now again, Hyundais use SP3. My model, the 2006 to 2010. The reason why I purchased this is because right here, recommended for use is Hyundai and Kia SP3. SP2 and SP3. That's all I need to know. And then I went ahead and purchased this. I bought it at Auto Advance. I bought it for like 35 bucks. It was very cheap. So let's go ahead and use the funnel. All right, so right before we go ahead and start pouring the new fluid inside your transmission, the first thing you want to do is record how much old fluid came out. And I have here about, oops, maybe you can see it right there. It is actually five quarts came out. Now my dilemma is I bought one bottle. This contains 1 US gallon, which means it's 4 quarts inside. So I'm gonna need to get the smaller bottle that's single quarts, and gonna have to go to the store. But what I'll do is I'm just gonna pour this very slowly inside the funnel, and then just leave the car here and take my other vehicle to the store and get the single quart. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and start plugging this bad boy back in. I'm gonna use my 24mm socket. Okay, you do it by hand. Now let's go ahead and use your 24mm socket and close this bad boy up. Okay, there you go. All right, there you go. This bad boy ain't coming out. All right, so let's go ahead and see how bad this oil looks. Look at all that.
Yummy!
Okay, not that bad. And it doesn't have an odor, thankfully. It doesn't have that smoky odor. All right, so I closed it up. Now let's go ahead and use the funnel. All right, so let's go ahead and locate your automatic transmission dipstick. It's this red one right here. Let's pull that out. Okay, now let's go ahead and put in your funnel. Make sure it's clean before you put it in. And now for this step, make sure you use both hands. Go ahead slowly. Do not take that jug and just pour it in there. You're gonna have to do it timely, slowly, because it may cause bubbles. So let's go ahead and let's get started. I'm gonna use both hands. Now, as you're pouring slowly, make sure you're recording the bottom tip and nothing's dripping. Just a little bit, you're gonna hear bubbles. There you go. A little bit more and stop. There you go. Okay. And then once you're done, just go ahead and put back your dipstick. Make sure everything's clean. There's no drips. So this is what my pan looks like. I'm just trying to see if there's any metal shaving. I see a few right there. There's a few right here. And right there. All right, so now it's time to pull out the car. right. So altogether, this car just received 5 quarts of the Valvoline Maxilife multi-vehicle ATF fluid. I'm gonna warm up the transmission, warming up the car. I'm gonna go through park, drive, neutral, and reverse. It's been about a good 10 minutes. I warmed it up. Now I want you to listen to the transmission, the engine, when I start shifting. Let's go from drive. Well, it's at drive now. I'm gonna go to neutral and just listen. No noise. Now I'm gonna go to reverse. No noise. No grinding noise. And then I'm gonna put it in park. You see that? There's no more noise. That is why you need to constantly change your fluid. I made the mistake where the last time I changed my fluid was at 24,000 miles. It is now at 175. Let's say it was at 25,000. So it was 150,000 miles that I did not change my fluid. It was bad. But luckily, it wasn't smelling like smoke. It wasn't black. It was just brown. Very fortunate enough that the engine and the transmission, there's nothing wrong with it. Just gotta constantly keep changing it. So that's what I did. Just keep making sure that everything is good, that there's nothing leaking down there. If it is, that means that you had probably didn't put the plug back in properly. That's about it, guys. Hopefully everything worked out well for you guys. Just keep me posted. Leave your comments below. I hope you guys liked this video and it was useful and educational. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys and ladies.